Just like to start by congratulating Nick Nurse and his staff, and the Toronto Raptors and all their players, their organization. Congratulations to them. They did a heck of a job. It's hard to put into words, how you feel when a season like this ends. I'll save most of it for the team, but I'll say I couldn't be more proud of the way our guys compete, the way they play every night, the way they conduct themselves. This hurts, but what they did in this playoffs tonight against a really good Toronto Raptor team, and to get to the conference finals in the regular season, special season for us. And we feel like we're just getting started. This is the beginning of our journey. And again, I couldn't be more proud of our team. And I don't know that there'll be an opportunity in questions. I would like to thank John Horst and the front office and the job that they did in this setting, in this environment, the roster and everything they did to put together a team that could compete at this level. I couldn't be more thankful and grateful and appreciative of what John Horst, the front office, does, what the ownership does. So I just wanted to say that here in this setting.
Matt Velasquez, Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. You guys were up 15 late in the third. They go on that 26-3 run. Just what did you sense from your guys during that stretch? Did you sense them tensing up, or how would you maybe diagnose the struggles in the half court too?
I'm not sure I'll go back and watch this game, at least not for a while. A little bit of both. I felt like we got out in transition. I remember one big play. Giannis gets it on almost a lob and is at the rim and kicks it out, and we miss a wide open three. And my guess is there's going to be some situations where we missed open shots, and there's going to be some dry possessions where we either don't execute well enough, we don't maybe share and pass the ball and play in a crowd. 26-3 run is usually a little bit of everything.
Eric named The Athletic. I'm curious, taking a look at the start of that fourth quarter, Giannis is on the bench. When you look back, do you regret maybe not having Giannis out there as they go on that run that ties it up real quick?
No, I mean, it's been a big topic, something, lots of questions. I don't think Giannis playing 44 minutes is the solution. If we can't win with Giannis at, 40 and a half, then Toronto deserves it. At some point he's got to take a break. I think he took a 1-minute break in the third quarter, and he took a minute and a half or 2 minutes. And credit to Toronto, and it's an area where we got to be better. Giannis was out there for a lot of good things, and part of whatever it is that didn't go our way.
Kane Pittman with the pick and roll, Bud. With 29 seconds left, it's a 3-point game. There's a bit of a differential there with the shot clock. Was that an obvious decision for you to let them run the clock out and try and stop, or what's the thought process when you get there?
No, gosh, it's right, like on that edge. And, we talked a lot about it as a coaching staff and, went into the huddle with the players. And, I think it was 29.4, 29.6. So, you feel like there's a 5.5, 6 second differential. And as good as we've been defensively all year to try and get a stop. You got 5 seconds, 6 seconds to come and score, a 3-point and tie it up. The debate, do you have more possessions and play the free throw game? Like I said, it's just right on the edge, 29.6, 5.4 different, 5.6 difference. We went with trying to get a stop.
Eric named The Athletic. Taking a look, you just mentioned a sequence where Giannis has it underneath, kicks it out. You look at 21 points from him at the end of the night. Is there some push from you to try to be more aggressive, try to take it to the rack more, or I guess just kind of how would you view him in these final 4 games?
I thought he was fabulous. There was, maybe I think the one game 3, when you look at the film and you have conversations with Giannis, that was maybe the only game where, I think the aggressiveness and the force that he needs to play with. There was, enough situations where we felt like he could have been more aggressive, more forceful. But 5 out of 6 games, I would say, and even that one, he was very good. I'm just being critical of Giannis and trying to push him. He's doing very, very close to exactly what we need and what we want him to do.
just late, Matt Velasquez, Milwaukee Journal Sentinel, just late in that third quarter with what Kawhi was doing, and then he continued for the rest of the game. Just how hard is it to try and slow him down and stop him, and how much of that has been like a story of this whole series for you guys?
Well, I mean, he finishes with 27, and I'm not sure how many of them were at the end on a couple of those free throw situations. So he's a great player. He made some very, very special plays. Give him a ton of credit, but to your question, I mean, I thought the defense overall on him was to be commended.
Eric, name the Athletic. I think the obvious reaction to this will be, this is a stepping stone for Giannis, that this is, as a great player, you have to go through some losses. But it feels like also this team you guys put together, you just had so many moves that came together. That might also be, who knows, your best chance. Just how do you kind of try to process this in the moment and then also take Giannis through it?
Yeah, there's no doubt that, what John Horst in the front office was able to do with bringing in George Hill and Nico Mirotic and obviously Brooke in the summer, that the roster that was put together for this season, as the season started going, you started feeling like it was special and could do special things, including advancing past tonight. But it didn't happen. And not for lack of effort from our players, not for lack of effort from the front office or ownership. Sometimes it just doesn't work. It doesn't happen. The other team makes more plays. But I will say Giannis is going to get better. Like to think for us and to be excited about his future at 24. And yeah, I mean, it's just the easy narrative, easy narrative story that this is part of Giannis's stepping. But I think the thing that makes Giannis unique and exciting is, in our minds, we feel like he's going to get a lot better. He's at 24. Some guys are, I don't want to say they are who they are, and some of the great ones at 24 were just, and then they were the same at 30 and 32 and so on and so forth. Giannis, we feel like, has got a lot of room to grow, and I think that's probably our entire roster we feel excited about can grow.
Just the rebounding numbers, they're all in your favor, really, when you look at them, but it felt like, again, they just were able to get offensive rebounds in key points, and it was Kawhi tonight, I guess. You spoke about it after Game 5, but did you think that that was more him making big plays, or what did you see from your guys on the glass?
I mean, certainly credit to Kawhi, certainly, Ibaka, Gasol, Siakam sometimes. Again, it wasn't the number of rebounds, like you said. It was just the timeliness of them. The loose ball foul between Giannis and Ibaka. I don't know. It seems like that stuff happens every possession, both teams, and it ends up in a Van Fleet 3. So I don't know if that goes down as a team offensive rebound or what. But there's a few plays where we're coming into the game, we said we had to be better, and we just didn't get it done.
Eric, last one for Bud.
Eric, name the Athletic. Can you just talk about Khris in this series? I know obviously he has that 30-point game and then some in the teens. He has Kawhi for large parts of it. Just what did you think of his performance in this series?
Yeah, I mean, the thing that stands out to me is defensively the way he took the challenge and embraced, guarding Kawhi Leonard in this series. Like, if anybody has any doubt of what kind of defender and how good he is on that end of the floor, hopefully they realized. And doesn't mean that Kawhi didn't score, significant number of points, but I feel like he had to work and made everything very difficult. Malcolm the same. And then offensively, I think there were, like you said, there's a 30-point game, there's a 10-assist game, there's a 10-rebound game. At the end of the day, like, to me, when I think about Khris in this series, he was just doing anything he could to help us win. And sometimes they put a lot of attention on him, and other guys, got to kind of thrive and work if he's got that much attention. So overall, I couldn't be more proud and more pleased with, the way Khris conducted himself, played, competed. He laid it all on the line.
Thank you, Bud.
Thanks.